Good morning, boys and girls. Welcome to our Google Classroom again. This is our second day of distance learning, and I hope you watch all the videos I posted on Google Classroom yesterday. Did you? Did you watch all the videos? I had a math lesson there, I had a reading lesson, and I also had your circle time and the read aloud. So today I'm going to do day 2 of your read aloud. Yesterday, I read this big book, this informational text called Farm Animals. What did we see in this book again? That's right, we saw a lot of farm animals. We saw a lot of animals with their babies, and we saw animals eating a lot of food, different kinds of food, and the things that they do for people or the food that they give people. So today we're going to do a reread. And for your reread, we will only focus on some pages. So Mrs. Mendoza, just like what we did in the past, we will just go through some pages from this big book. So I want you to get ready. Get ready with your listening body, listening eyes, listening ears, and listening hands and feet and legs. So sit still, sit on the carpet or sit on your floor, and get ready for your reread. Again, the title of this informational text or book is called Farm Animals. That's the title. It says Life on the Farm. So I jumped all the way to page 5. Do you remember this? Now you can see it better, right? What farm animal is that again? Right, it looks like a cow, but people call it the cattle. This is a special cow that gives us what? The beef and the milk. That's right, and the beef is the meat we get from the cow or from the cattle that we turn into, what again? Yes, your hamburgers and your beefsteak and all those good meat, okay? So let's look at the text again. So as Mrs. Mendoza rereads the text, I want you to use your imagination. Remember the strategy we use when we read books? We visualize. Everyone say visualize. So visualize is when you make a movie in your mind. So when I say the dog is running, you should be making a movie in your mind and seeing a picture or a real dog running. So that's how you visualize. So make a movie in your mind as I read the text again. Okay, and then after this, of course, Mrs. Mendoza will ask questions about the text. Farm animals. Many North American farmers raise animals. Farmers raise animals for meat, milk, eggs, and wool. Farmers sell these products to earn a living. Beef cattle, sheep, hogs, and chickens supply most of these products. Long ago, American farmers used some kinds of farm animals to do farm work. Working farm animals are not often used now. Machinery and equipment have taken their place in working in the fields. So from this page, what did we learn about farm animals? Talk about it with your mommy or daddy or whoever's with you. So from this page, we learned that farmers raise animals at the farm to earn a living. That's how they earn money. They raise farm animals like cows and chickens so that they can sell the meat and they can have money. So if a farmer raises or takes care of cows, he takes care of the cows, and then when the cows are grown up or ready for selling, they sell the whole cow, or they bring it to the butcher shop maybe, and then they sell the meat. Now, if a farmer raises chickens, what do they get from the chickens again? Yes, farmers get eggs from the chickens, and they sell the chickens for people to buy the meat or the chicken meat, and then they get money. That's how they earn their living, okay? And then what else did we learn from this one? Oh, we learned that aside from the cow and the chickens, the sheep, the hogs, and turkeys are some of the animals raised by farmers. So those are farm animals that also provide, good money for the farmers. Then we learned that long time ago, many years ago, farmers use the farm animals to transport. When you say transport, when they bring their stuff from one place to another. So they would have maybe baskets over the cow or over the horse, big baskets, and then they put their produce in the basket, like maybe fruits and vegetables, and then they transport it to another place or another town. Or they would ride the horse. This is not a horse, but they would ride the horse and then they would go to another place if they don't have a car. But because of machinery, remember we talked about big machines before? Well, at the farm, most farms now have big machines that help farmers do their work. So they don't have to do that. The animals don't have to transport all those goods or all those produce from one place to another. They have tractors and trucks, and even for milking cow. Farmers don't have to milk the cow with their hands. There's a machine for milking it. Okay, so that's the good thing about machinery and equipment. It makes work faster and easier, and the animals don't have to be put to work. Right? Let's turn the page. So I'm finished reading this text. We turn the page. See, Mrs. Mendoza get to model reading for you. I'm ready to read this text. And while I read it, I want you to visualize again and imagine what I'm reading, okay? Let's see. Here we go. Most modern animal farms raise one kind of animal for sale. A dairy farm raises cattle that give large amounts of milk. A dairy farmer is not likely to raise sheep or hogs too. So now farms only raise one kind of animal. There's a farm for cows. There's a farm for chickens. There's a farm for turkeys. There's a farm for sheep. And there's a farm for hogs. They can't take care of everything. Why? Because they need to focus on one animal only. So let's just take care of cows. Let's be experts in taking care of cows. That's how farmers are. Or farmers might choose the hogs maybe. Oh, let's just take care of the hogs because hogs are easier to take care of. They just play in the mud, and then maybe when they sell their hogs, they make more money. So it depends, okay? Farm animals are also called domestic animals. That's a big word we learned yesterday. Everyone say domestic. Domestic animals, what did we say about domestic animals? Good. Some of you were able to recall it. Domestic animals are tamed animals or more friendly than the wild animals we see at the zoo or at the jungle. So these are examples of domestic animals or livestock. Farmers have raised domestic animals for thousands of years. Domestic animals are much tamer than their wild cousins. Of course, their cousins are the animals. So see, they're much tamer, more friendly. They're used to being around people. Like when you go to the farm I talked about yesterday, when you go to Watkins Park, when the weather gets better and when this coronavirus is over, your family can take you there. Go to Watkins Park, and there's a small farm there, and you can see farm animals. The farm animals there, you can pet them. You can actually touch them, and you can feed them. You put the grain in your hand and you feed them. That's how friendly these animals are. Domestic animals are much friendlier than the wild animals in the zoo. The ones in the zoo, they have to be kept in cages. We can't go near them. It's too dangerous. But these domesticated animals or these farm animals, you can be around them. Just like this one. What is that? A goat. Could this be a goat or a kid? Remember we said a goat is for an adult or a grown-up goat, and then a kid is for a baby goat. You can be around goats. They just look at you and they just roam around the field, just, they're just being busy with eating grass. Here's another picture of the cattle. A different kind of cow. The body is brown and white, not like the usual cow we see on pictures or somewhere, which is usually black and white. The most common farm animals are cattle, horses, sheep, hogs. What are hogs again? Pigs, yes. Chickens and turkeys. A few farmers in North America raise goats, donkeys, rabbits, mules, ducks, geese, and guinea fowl. Farmers raise many breeds of each kind of farm animal. Each breed is a little different from the others. Like the Holstein breed of dairy cattle, for example. It gives more milk than other cattle breeds. Okay? So different kinds of farm animals are raised by people. So this one talks about the farmers in North America. These are the common animals that they raise. But when you go to other countries, farmers there take care or raise other farm animals. Huge, right? Okay, so we stop here. We only read a few pages just to give you a review of what we read yesterday. Now let's see how well you listened to Mrs. Mendoza. Tell me, what did we talk about today from this book? From the pages we saw from pages 5 through 9. Mrs. Mendoza just read pages 5 to 9. What did we learn about farm animals? Talk to your mommy, talk to your daddy, or your brother or sister. So we learned from those pages, we learned that farm animals are raised by farmers. The farmers choose the kind of animal that they take care of. They don't mix up the animals anymore. They only choose one maybe. They say, oh, I'm going to take care of cows. And then another farmer would say, I'm going to take care of chickens only. And why do they take care of chickens or those hogs and cows and cattle? Why do farmers raise those farm animals? Is it just for fun? Yes, because they also need to earn money. That's their job. That's their work. Farmers don't go to offices, or they don't go to, maybe they don't have restaurants, or they don't have other businesses, but this is their business. They raise or take care of farm animals, and they sell it so they can earn money. They sell the meat. Do you remember the meat we get from cows and cattle? What is it called again? That red meat? Beef. What about from the hog or the pig? What kind of meat do we get from them? Pork. That's where you get your bacon or your hot dogs, right? What about from the chicken and the turkey? Oh, turkey, we get the meat, right? We eat turkey meat. And then from chickens, we get our chicken meat and our eggs, right? So those are just some of the things we learned from pages 5 through 9. Today, you know what? I'm so happy because I checked Google Classroom and some of you turned in your homework. Your assignment. I actually saw pictures of farm animals. Good job. Like, I won't mention everybody, but I know the first ones to turn in their work were Terrence and Victor. They turned in their work. So today, you get to talk about what farm animal would you like to raise or take care of if you were a farmer. Remember, farmers get to choose one animal only. Yesterday, you drew your favorite farm animal. But today, what animal will you take care of if you have your own farm? And what food will you give them? If you were to take care of cows, what kind of food will you give them? So I want to see that farm animal eating the kind of food that they eat. What if you take care of goats? What do goats eat? Now, some of those foods that I mentioned or you're going to draw, you might not have heard it from this story or from this book. You can ask mommy or daddy, what do cows eat? What do pigs or hogs eat? What do goats eat? Or chickens? What do they eat? So draw that animal, and I want to see that animal nibbling on that kind of food. Okay? Talk about more about the farm animals we saw today with mommy or daddy, or your brother or your sister. And boys and girls, for those of you who listened to the text I read today, only text from a few pages, give yourselves a pat on the back and say, great job. Okay? So again, we will go back to this book. Maybe not tomorrow. We'll do another book tomorrow. But another day this week, we'll talk before the weekend. The weekends, we're going to talk about other farm animals because you only have 1 week to talk about farm animals. Next week, we will talk about another kind of animals or a group of animals. So do your homework. It's on Google Classroom. Okay? Bye for now.